everyone, my name is Shelemental. Welcome back to the video. So in this video, guys, I'm going to give you guys the default UI setup. So a more immersive setup you guys can do without needing any add-ons. So I did actually receive a request for this by a viewer by the name of Ismail Ledesma. I apologize if I pronounced that incorrectly. He basically asked me, Shelemental, hey, I can't play with add-ons. Could you do a tutorial as to play without add-ons? And that video is exactly what it's going to be. So in this video, guys, I'm going to be showing you guys exactly how I would play without add-ons and how you can make the game more immersive for yourself without actually needing add-ons. So one of the first things you should do is go here and move your unit frames. If you move frame, unlock frame, move both of your frames right to the center of your screen. So you move them. What I like to do in the default UI is move them right around my character, because in combat you want two things, guys. One, you want a pretty clean UI so you can see what's happening, and two, you need to be able to see your health. Now by default they are up here in the top, which I would not recommend. Also, if you do set them as your focus, you can also move your focus, as well as I like to actually move my focus slightly above my target. That way I know, or even up here, it kind of depends on your preference, guys. That way I know, okay, this is my focus, or this is my focus, and then that's my target. Either way, that's what I like to do, and then I can clear focus. So now that I have both of my targets up, obviously I can just match these up a little bit straighter. Alright, nice and neat. Okay, perfect. So now that we have both of these, we can lock our frames. And what else can you do to make the game better? Well, what I like to do personally is I like to move everything to the right side of my screen. Now I have a nice clean bar over here of everything I need to look at. Otherwise, I can do whatever I want. So if I go back into focus, once I do get quests, I am going to have something over here. So let's say I put the focus back up top here underneath all my abilities. So this I know is my focus. Next up, I like to move my chat right over here into this corner as opposed to the default corner, because by doing so I feel like it gives you more clean space on this side of the screen, where once you clear everything, you clear your focus, you can just see better. You know what I mean? I feel like if everything is on one side of your screen, the majority of your screen, so like this side over, is completely clean to look at. So that's what I really like. Next up is key bindings, guys. So this is very simple. You simply go into key bindings, and what I like to do, I'm not gonna do a full key binding guide here, but I like to key bind all my abilities to abilities above WASD. So I like to do abilities such as Q, E, R, C, F, T, Z, X, V, G, all around the WSAD keys, guys, and they're just easy to collect. So on there I can here, let me get it here. See, I can press Q, E, R, C, F, T. I can press them all within an easy reach of my finger. Then I have my other hand free to go do mouse movements and move wherever I need my character to do, while also being able to press abilities and move. Next up, another key binding guide I have for you guys is movement keys. Change strafe left and strafe left to A and D, and unbind turn left, turn right, because these, if I'll switch them back really quick, these are very inefficient. So you're really just turning your screen, whereas if you go back into here and you change these to strafe left, strafe right, excuse me, you're actually able to move a lot more efficiently and faster, rather than having to use your mouse to move, because just with your keys you can utilize the mouse and the keys, which it's hard to explain in video, guys, but it's quicker moving. It takes a little bit of time to get used to, but once you do, I promise you guys get used to it. Next up, if you guys don't already have, is make sure you have a auto run bound to something on your mouse, is what I would recommend. I have the button on my second mouse button. I have the Razer Naga, which I don't always use. Sometimes I use a rival optical mouse, but I like to bind it to the second ability, or the second button on there. It's like an up and down button, and it really helps because in combat, guys, you guys don't want to have to be pressing like the W key while running every single time. Sometimes it's nice just to be able to hold it, and my hands are off the keyboard right now, which you guys can't see obviously, but I think it's very nice. So key binds, we have all around WASD, we have our chat over here, we have our unit frames, and all of our abilities would be going up here. So what else do we have? Well, obviously our quest log is going to go right here, and what else can we do just to make this more immersive? So inside of our bags, one thing I would highly recommend is assigning, either inside your bag settings, which you can do right here, or just mentally assigning a bag for each thing. So you could leave this for consumables, i.e. artifact power, which you guys are going to be needing at max level. This could be Hearthstone and utility things, such as movement speed increases, flasks, buffs, anything you guys need, you can keep inside of here. And then this one could be trash items. You could do trash gear, you could vendor this sack. I think keeping that nice and neat really helps, and you guys can do that just by clicking here in bag settings and Under cleanup, you can even ignore this. So what cleanup is going to do is it's basically just going to move everything to the bottom of your bags. That way you don't have an item here, an item here, an item here. But if you choose for it to ignore it, you can leave a random bag item there. That would be helpful for artifact power items where you don't want them in your main bag. You want to keep them separate, which is very helpful. So make sure to keep your bags very nice and clean 24/7, guys. Another thing I can recommend is, like I said, always play with your eyes in the middle of the screen. This kind of goes with the unit frames. Once you have both your units here, once your eyes are in the middle of the screen, you shouldn't have to look at these once you get used to keybinds. Now, for those of you guys who click, I know you clickers really are proud people, but it's more efficient to have keybinds. So what I can do is, it's not actually going to let me kill anything here, but once I'm actually fighting something, my eyes are right here inside the middle of the screen. I never look down at my abilities because i.e. there's a buff, which you can see up here. There'll be like a glowy, I don't know, spark for whatever. If charge is coming off cooldown, there'll be an indicator up here, or there'll be a big blinky thing on there which you can see out of the corner of your eye. You don't need to be staring down at your bar. You can look at the middle of the screen. That way, if there's fire, like if there's fire over here, as opposed to looking down here on my action bar, I can actually see there's fire over here. Okay, I gotta move out of it. Whereas if your eyes are down here, you're standing in the fire doing damage to yourself. And since your target's right here and you're right here, you can see percentage of health, which the numbers in Legion have gone a little AWOL, guys. They're really just out of hand, but if you guys go by percent, which is what I do, I don't really go by, alright, they have, I don't know, 200 million health left. I go by, alright, they got 3% health left, or whatever it is. So always keep your eyes center of the screen. Now, is there anything else you guys can do for your default setup? There isn't that much, guys. So I recorded a little bit of a wrap up here, but the footage did unfortunately get lost, so I'm just going to say goodbye now, and I have a short outro. With that being said, guys, make sure to drop a like if you guys did enjoy, and comment down below what the video suggestions you guys might have, as I love hearing them and I had fun filming this. Subscribe for more World of Warcraft content, and I will see you in the next video. Peace out.